What is up, everybody? It is Monday night, 9 p.m. You know what time it is. CRB Live. We are back. Episode 11. Holy shit. I can't believe it's already the 11th week we've been doing this program. Thank you guys for supporting. Thank you guys for all the feedback. What's up, everybody? We are live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to all of our social media platforms. Show some love. And, of course, check out capitalrapbattles.ca to cop some merch, support, and just look fresh. I'm not rocking any tonight, but trust me, when you check the website out, you're going to like it. My name is Prehistoric. You can call me Papa Pre. We got No Love 3 coming up on March 13th. Without further ado, though, I want to bring on my co-host, Mr. Frenchie Fresh. We're back. What up? What is up, man? How you doing this week?
I'm doing good, man.
Good.
How you doing?
Yeah, no, I'm good, man. The world opened up a little bit, so been in a positive vibe for the last couple of days, which is good.
Facts, man. Sneaker shopping's been a lot easier right now, so I'm totally happy.
That's what's up, man. What's up, Path? Path's in the comments there. We got a lot of what's up, Mel? What's up? Who else do we got? Oh, these names are blocked. Tonight we got a crazy, a really good show, man. I'm really happy with the show we got tonight. Definitely a legend in the Ottawa hip hop community. A really important person in my development as an artist in the city, both as a battler and musician, and just someone who I really hold at a very high regard. A lot of history. Of course, D-Bar is going to be joining us in a couple of minutes there. So we got a lot of cool shit to talk about with him. Yeah, man. I mean, Frenchie, how long have you known D-Bar for?
Jesus. I don't know. It's been a while.
It's been a while. I can't
recall exactly when, but like it used to be before he was the great old gray. I'll tell you that much. It's way before that. I mean, shit.
Well,
yeah, it's been a long time. I mean,
there's a lot of history there.
D-Bar is a goat in the city when it comes to hip hop / battle rap. So I mean, you know,
facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Now we're gonna bring him out in a second, but before we do, we're 3 weeks out from No Love 3. We've had pretty much everyone on the card tonight. We're gonna have Gravity and NBS on the card. Bully's in the chat. Shout out to Bully. Duff been real quiet lately. He's saying, yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard from Duff. Hopefully he's just preparing for that battle, man, because that's going to be big. Bully versus Duff.
Duff's busy trying to get famous on TikTok. That's what Duff's doing.
Hey, man, that's what the kids are doing these days, I'm told. I got to get on there.
I think you should back up.
Beep, beep, beep. We got to back. I guess we shouldn't have been talking that shit about Duff. We got to back that up. Anyway, quick note on No Love 3. It's looking like we will not be having very many fans available at the event. It's a very complicated time, but I want to remind you that we will be live streaming the event for free on our social media. So on March 13th, you will be able to watch all 8 battles live. Tell us who you think won. You'll see the judgments. You'll see everything. And then, of course, those videos will drop on YouTube. So, and we got Pepe versus Corms as the main event, and I don't think we talked about that one enough. I'm gonna get D-Bar's take on that battle when he.
Yeah, I think the live stream is going to be great. It worked out good the last time, so I'm kind of excited that we're doing that for the people. So. Yeah.
Facts. Factoids. So, all right. That being said, without further ado, I want to bring on, like we said at the beginning, a total legend in the hip hop scene in this city, 613's own D-Bar. Please come on down to the studio and join us.
1 2 1 2. What's up, boys? How you doing, man?
What's up, man? Thank you so much for doing this, brother.
Hey, thank you for having me, man. Thank you very much.
That's what's up. Shout out to KP in the comments watching, man. So So D-Bar, I mean, you've watched CRB grow right from the beginning. You've seen, you know, the struggles at the beginning and the ups and the downs. But what does it kind of mean to you seeing kind of where the platform is at right now? And have you been following along with the movement that's been going on lately?
So you guys from the get-go, I was a big supporter. I knew I could help out just little bits and pieces, you know. So like for instance, from the get-go, from the very first event, all you need me to do is judge, right? So I helped out in judging, and we did you know, judge battles that day. And it was a lot of newcomers, but also, you know what I mean, new to Ottawa was battle rap again. It's been a while since we had battle rap. I was the last person to do it before you guys came in, so there was a big gap right there. The last thing I did was King of the Dot, and then after that, I did one more $1,000 no bullshit, and then there was a big, huge gap, and Ottawa needed it, and you guys came in full effect and came full force and put out CRB, and it just grew, and I was glad to see that it looked like I could mentor you guys a little bit on little things that could help you guys get by every day. You know, each time you did a show, something a little different. And now I don't even say nothing. I just sit back and watch because you guys are doing your thing.
Well, appreciate the words, my dude. And I wanted to start there, but then I definitely want to go back because there's a lot of history, and then we'll catch back up to now. So,
all right.
I mean, like you mentioned, I mean, you've been involved in throwing events and whatnot for the better part of 2 decades, I would say. I mean, we're 2021. We're talking about the first no bullshit event happened in 2008. So
Yeah.
that was a fair bit of time ago, and it was like when you were like the freestyle era, right? Like that's when you were putting on your first events.
Yeah, because you remember when I first met you, actually, and I was at the Brig, and we used to battle. We used to just freestyle battle each other, and I honestly sit there in the courtyard just battling you. People didn't know that about me. I used to rap too, you know. So, but it got to the point where I was like, you know what? I always wanted to throw a battle for $1,000 for the best freestyle battler in the city because I kept hearing this guy, and this guy, and this guy. So let's see if this guys all show up for $1,000 cash. So I threw a battle, and it came out. I got a lot of people come up for that battle. My cards were stacked.
Absolutely, bro.
The very first one was still stacked. I had Lopeshi, Samosa, I had Escrow, I had, man, just you can list it. Aspire came all the way down from I'm from BC. The list kept going on from Ottawa guys for the 13. I had Odine. I had a whole bunch of guys. You didn't make it out to that event, but I would really like to see you in that one.
Yeah, I mean, I think I started doing the events like around the second or third one or whatever it was, but there's still footage on YouTube and whatnot. I mean, it's such a different era, like, but that was definitely a time that I cherish because that's what kind of shaped me into the MC I'm now, and I think a lot of people really appreciate like the development that a lot of people and not to be that guy who's like back in the day, but a lot of these dudes nowadays, I don't know if they could hang back then, at least in the freestyle era on beats. That was a tough time winning 4, 5, 6 battles in one night. That was tricky stuff.
You couldn't just walk in there and think you can win that shit. You actually had to be on point that day. Like you were ready. You know what I mean? Like your vocabulary should be, and your mind is clear. A lot of guys go into freestyle battles thinking that, you know, they can just come off the top. But at the end of the day, if you're not clear, you're not getting a win, man. You're not getting a W. 4 or 5 guys in a night over beats, man, you got to be remembering like a bunch of different things on the top of your head off that guy from his sneakers on his head up, right? You know what I mean? You better be ready. You know, so there's only a handful of guys who can win that shit, and usually it's the same guys all the time that won it for me. You know, they're above the rest. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And one guy you mentioned is another local legend by the name of Escrow. And that's somebody who, again, another person who's had a huge influence on my development. I would say someone I look up to still to this day as just a fucking super dope MC. And a lot of people watching this probably have heard of Escrow. He's of course on the Flight Distance albums and dropped some dope music with them and Applied Science from back in the day.
For sure.
But as far as battling goes, I mean, that's the guy. Like, when did you meet Escrow, and what was your first experience like with him?
So I got to see him battle at Babylon outside a bunch of cats. You know what I mean? That was the very first experience I got to see because, you know, I'm old enough to know around these guys where all the hip hop was. You know what I mean? In the city, there was only a couple places to find people who were down with hip hop. Babylon was one of the spots, especially in my era. to go there. You know you're getting hip hop there. The best DJs were always spinning hip hop there, and there was a lot of people there. So a lot of MCs showed up to that spot. So I watched Escrow body a bunch of people right there, and that's like, damn, this guy can go. It didn't matter who it was. He's got so much aggression, but the words that come off the top of a man's head is just is battle material, you know.
And so, it was multisyllabic too. Like it wasn't, and it was freestyle. You knew it was freestyle.
I could tell people about this guy and they will not understand. Like he can write his ass off too. There's no doubt about it. Like this guy can do both. So you know what I mean. If he wanted to step into the ring and do a battle in a written league, he'll win, man. I swear to God, he'll beat anybody, man. He's got talent, man. And like his writing games, people don't even realize like what his crew is about, man. Like he's part of that whole flight distance movement and crew. So you know, Bender was a huge battler. You know, don't get me wrong. I guarantee they wrote together all the time. So you know what I mean. If you think that he didn't, then you're retarded. But Escrow could easily go into King of Dot and handle his own. He can go into even back then he could have done grind time. You know what I mean? He still would have done well. He's that nice. I think personally, he is the best kept secret that we didn't get at Ottawa.
And then my next question is why? Why didn't we get that written era Escrow? Why didn't we get him to make that jump like we saw Bender do? Obviously Pesci, so all those guys, all his crew, like who are obviously all dope.
I mean,
why do you think we didn't see him?
I think you have to ask him that personally. I think that at the end of the day, like he's got his own reasons. He was easily approached by a lot of people. Like I swear to God, like 'cause Organic got a bunch of battle rappers from me that made the King of the Dot. You know, like he saw them through my videos.
Yeah.
So you know, one of the guys he asked me for right away was Escrow, right off the bat. You know, and he's like, "Who is he? I need this guy. I want him." You know, and this is before Bender even battled.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? This is like Lil Pesci and Sam Osa's first two battles ever. You know, this is like Lil Pesci battling Feel Good. You know what I mean? Yeah. Osa battling, who was it he battled that day? Noah. Noah 23. That's how long ago I'm talking. Like, I'm talking early King of the Dot stuff, just first time in a club type shit.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I mean? Like he wanted Escrow back then. And Escrow was the shit, you know. So I wish Joey would have got into it. Escrow, I wish he would have. But at the end of the day, like, it would be nice to see him if he could jump in a CRB match.
You know what? That would be, you know, something that obviously we would entertain. But anyway, hopefully we can get him on the show sometime and get him at a CRB event. Shout outs to Escrow. Another guy who you were very instrumental in helping the career was a very big name by the name of Corey Sharon.
Yeah, man.
And I remember the first time that I met Sharon was actually at a tryout for one of your freestyle battles at the Armada Lounge upstairs at the Brig.
You remember that, huh?
Of course I do, man. And you know, he must have been, I don't know how old, to be honest.
He was 17.
He'd be 17 then.
He was 17. So he came in with his fake ID. He got upstairs, came up to me, asked me, said, "Hey, I'm like, yo, my dude, I know who you are. I know what's going on. I cannot have you battle in my show." Like, why? I got a fake ID. I was like, my dude, they'll shut down the club if you come out of that with $1,000 and I'm giving it to a 17-year-old. I'm sorry, man. You're known. Because he already had a couple battles on King of the Dot already. He's also known. He did his battle at Rugged Culture. Remember that battle that he did? So that was like maybe a couple years, but maybe
Rugged
a year or two
Culture.
before.
Only the real old heads know about Rugged.
So and that battle, if you guys don't know that, people watch that battle. It's probably got wicked playback views because of Sharon having running out of the back of the fucking store. You know.
Did you expect Sharon's like career to get to the point where he's at, where he's, well, I mean, on MTV's headlining events? You know, he's very high up.
I'm super proud of him. I mean, like I used to wear a shirt called "That Kid Sharon," and we used to all flip it and say it was my kid Sharon. You know what I mean? Because every time we go to a show, Sharon would be doing shows. He actually did a show for me that he didn't have to do. He did the Ottawa Ground Zero Capital Invasion Volume 1. Was
that Fork Farm or a different one?
Oh yeah, the grave was dug. He killed him. He bodied him so bad that I just like, well, it was he didn't have to do that, but he also represented my run 613. He did all that stuff for me. He didn't have to, man, and I appreciated that so much that he actually came back to Ottawa and he didn't have to he battled the best GZ rapper that he could, right? And Fort Farm was up for the task, just not in his league. But to see Sharon grow as he did, he just grew into his own. He became a man. He listened to the right people. You know what I mean? He's got good people behind him. Dan Lavelle's a good guy, man. He's really shout out to him, man. He kept him and believed in him early. So you know what I mean? And that was one thing that people, you know, they're always against Sharon for, you know, this, that, and the third. But you know what I mean? At the end of the day, he grew into his own and became his own man and put himself in the place he is in, and he deserves all the credit. No one else except for him and his team.
Well, that's facts, and it's nice to hear you speak so highly of him. I'm sure he appreciates it. Now, like people who don't know this, like D-Bar is CRB's like go-to judge whenever we have a big battle, a title match, a big money match, whatever it is. And that's not just CRB, but that's where he's at now. But you've been judging battles for a very long time. I want to first, like we were talking about Sharon, how did you score his battle with Real Deal for the title a month ago?
I'll be honest with you, I got Real Deal edging that 2-1. So, you know, there was just something a little extra on the couple of rounds that just gave that edged it for me, you know. I love Sharon's bars and Sharon's rounds. I knew it kind of what to expect. It's just one of those things Real Deal kind of did too. And
fair enough, yeah.
And I think that's what it came down to, you know.
Now, speaking of like judging, what's your criteria like when you're going, like, forget about the big names, Sharon, Real Deal. If you're coming to one of like a CRB event, two mid to lower tier guys are battling, what criteria do you judge a battle on? Because I think a lot of people need to hear this and know what you know, seasoned vets are looking for.
So like there should be judging criteria. I think that's why there was no more judge battles, because there was no criteria on how to judge a battle. There was no judging system. I'll break it down to breakdancing. R16 in Japan and Korea, they came up with a breakdancing system, how to break down everything by scoring. Battle rap should have did the same sort of thing, and that would have kept more judge battles. You know what I mean? And people would have known how to judge it. So when I look at a battle, I always look for presence, clarity. I say relativity. I say cadence. I say bars, metaphors, similes. If you can throw multisyllabics in there, you're above most people. I mean, to be honest with you, and to pull it off, I like good schemes. I like good angles. I mean, I look for something that I haven't heard yet. You know what I mean? I always look for bars that, you know, that'll make me laugh, like you smile, and make me go ooh and ah. If you can make me do all that stuff, man, great, man. You did your job, man. At the end of the day, if you're consistent and you got through all your rounds, then you're on your way. You know what I mean? It only gets better from there. So those are the things I look for when I judge a battle.
Fair enough. Has there ever been a time where you've judged a battle and then you've watched it back on video and changed your mind?
For sure. For sure.
What comes to mind?
I think the last one, I think it was actually a CRB battle that I watched. And I think it was actually the one with the big haymaker that you got thrown at you. And it was about you drinking in the corner pub when that guy said that bar. What the hell?
Oh, it was Troublemaker at the Vanier Grill with the hat on backwards.
You got it, man. I actually watched that back, man, that battle. And I mean, he had a bunch of haymakers, but he wasn't as good as I really thought he was at the present time. So that probably was the last battle I've ever think I judged that I might have been wrong. You know?
Well, it happens, right? I mean,
it's honestly, man, I'm not going to lie to you, because when you are there live, it's a little different. I mean, those haymakers that he threw that landed made the room roar to the point where, you know, everyone in the place was fucking, and that's what I almost didn't say. Like, it was a close battle. I thought it was a 2-1 battle no matter what, but I remember that being the deciding factor was who had more haymakers that landed and how did the crowd react. I think that's what I end up, and I think that's the last one, I'll be honest with you. Because when I finish judging a battle, I go up to the person after I'm done battling and I tell them why I lost. Tell him right to his face. I have no problems with it. Reason why
well, let me interject. You are what, 7'3", and like I don't think anyone's gonna say shit to you. So, but it would continue.
I always thought it would be a good idea to do that because I never talk shit about a person, and I figured if he's gonna know what I didn't like about his battle and why I decided to go with the other guy, maybe he'll use that to right next time and improve his game. Maybe he'll tell me, fuck off, go home, whatever, old man. But maybe he's going to use something that somebody never told him he should use next time, and it might improve his game.
Well, I can attest that personally, you and I, like, I mean,
I've done it to you.
We bounced shit on, you know, I bounced ideas, whatever. You giving me feedback for 15 years, and I totally was open to the feedback because when it's coming from a source that's very credible, you shut up and you listen and you apply it, or you don't. But you know, it's your choice, and I always chose to listen, and I think it helped me evolve 100%.
Happen at the end of the day.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
100%, bro. Definitely a big influence, man. What was the worst robbery you've ever seen? Not even you judged or anything. What's the worst robbery in battle rap, a judge battle that you've ever seen?
There's probably a bunch, man, that I used to thought were I couldn't believe. Dirtbag Dan won a shitload of battles that he shouldn't have won, you know? Like I had a really great record to begin with, and then I'm like, Jesus Christ. I think, honestly, the worst battle ever that I saw win. That's a tough one, man. There's a bunch of people I thought maybe won battles that didn't, especially in these Grand Prix, man. Those things there, like tough things. You judge those things, man.
The stakes are high too.
Very much so, and it's on the ball and on the fly. So every battle's judged. So you know what I mean.
Who'd you have, Frack versus Disaster?
Man, I'm a big Diz guy, man.
That's fair.
I honestly, when he's on his game, nobody can fuck with him.
I just feel like that battle. The rest of the tourney, he was on his game. I feel like that battle.
Just waiting for Duff to comment here.
I don't think he wrote for that battle as much as he should have.
Yeah,
I think the judges honestly it could have went either way for them because they're probably seeing it live and.
Well, that's the thing in the building and on cam, it's two different things.
You know, right? Duck can go 3-0 Frack, but Duff threw it himself a bunch of times. So at the end of the day,
touche, my dude.
At the end of the day, man, I'll be honest with you, it's probably Frack's best battle I've ever seen him fucking in my life. You know what I mean? I think it put his name in conversation in battle leagues. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? He got to keep that up, man. But at the end of the day, it's all good. I mean, I still like Diz. I'm a Diz guy. I don't know.
Totally, yeah. Legend.
There's something about like his style of battle rap, though. You know what I mean? His aggression that I find people kind of push away from a little bit because battle rap isn't really always been a fucking sport where it's been friendly bars every round. I mean, you have those compliment battles, but at the end of the day, like different screams, different angles, everybody uses a friggin' aggressive strain if you're going to be the champ, man. I'm sorry. Everybody.
Couldn't agree more.
Everybody must use it, man. So, you know, like this aggression has always been something I've been a big fan of, man, because he's not afraid to use it against anybody.
No, that's facts. Now, I definitely want to hear your take now, like on Bender, man. I want to talk about Bender with you. Obviously, rest in peace to Bender. We talk about him often on the show, and we'll continue to because we should. And I want to hear your take. Like, when did you first discover Bender? Was it through Lopeshi? Was it something else? I just want to hear like you talk about your history with him.
So you know, me and Bender, our first actually interaction was pretty funny. Actually, I've seen him on stage before, but I really never talked to him afterwards. You know, and then I basically I got in a fight with one of his boys. I knocked him out. His name is Flip Kuma.
Oh no, I was gonna bring that up later. But anyway,
me and Flip are cool as hell now. Don't get me wrong.
It was a headbutt, wasn't it?
It was you know. Anyways,
doesn't matter.
Anyways,
shout out to Flip. Actually,
it happened, and the next day we went to see DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Okay.
And it was me and one of my homies, two of my homies, and it was the whole entire Flight Distance crew, Applied Science crew, a whole Cap City crew, and Flip Kuma. And then they came up to me and told me, "Hey, what the fuck did you do?" And it kind of started a little beef with me. I was like, "Oh, if you want to talk shit to me, man, let's go outside and do this." You know, like I don't care who you got. And then Benny stepped in the front. I was like, "Where are you gonna go, Chubby? You want to get the two?" And he kind of let me go to the side. You know. Then I walked by, and then Mikey from Cap City came upstairs and he's like, Dan, I gotta squash this. This is no way it's gonna happen, man. Like, I know what's gonna happen if this isn't, I'm like, at the end of the day, if your boy can't realize he's got a big fucking mouth, then it's, it's never gonna change. So then we just went downstairs and I bought him a shot and I told him, really, you can't talk to a man like that. I'm not a boy. So, you know what I mean?
That's Flip Kuma you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, so that was cool. Then all of a sudden I had a drink with Bender the next day and Patrick from Flight Distance. They were at the bar at the Brig, and we talked, and I took their number down and put them in my show. And the next show, 2 weeks later, I had open for a show. I had opening for a show, and I'm like, here, man, come on down. You're in. So Flight Distance, and we were cool as fuck after that.
That's a good story, man. I remember that.
I was on his very first battle, actually, in Montreal against Barracuda. I drove down.
Really?
Me and KG drove down. I had to go work at the Brig that night.
For real. You were at Bender's very first battle.
Yeah, man. It was like Montreal Division, very first Volume 1. Lil Pesci was throwing that joint. And Osa was there and hosting it with them. And Organic was there. And like I said, Barracuda is Noah's boy. So it's kind of funny. So Bender had a bar like, I'm getting revenge for Sam Osa, because Noah and it was a lot of people didn't know about that, but I did. I was like, oh shit, and then his bar is still killed. I wake up more dreams on alarm clocks, man. He rocked that good.
That was amazing, but especially for then, because that even holds weight today.
Still holds weight today, and that's like, and that was just a tip of the iceberg, and it was he was doing Lowe's a favor that day. He really didn't want to do it. He didn't, but then he got the itch, and then just didn't stop from there. So I went to see his next battle, and then after that went to the Montreal Volume 3 where he battled Scott Free.
Shout out Scott Free too. So
I was at that battle, and it was a controversy. You know what I mean? Huge. Like most people thought Scott Free edged that shit, but then they had to go to Lowe's. Got some special judges going on.
Lowe even mentioned it in their battle together, right? It was
man,
amazing.
Yeah, man. So I knew about that like personally, so I was there for that. So I was like, wow, that was big, So Lowe's used that in the battle against Bender. That was dope.
Fuck, I love hearing this shit, man. Like, wrapping it up on this topic, although we could talk about it for hours. The King of the Dot title means so much, right? I mean, this is especially now, but even then, the fact that Bender brought it to Ottawa, what did that mean to Ottawa hip hop / battle rap in your opinion? And that's the first part of the question. Then I'll follow up after.
I'll be honest with you, it meant a lot for the hip hop heads, for those who knew about battle rap and just the underground hip hop scene. To those who had no idea about it, it kind of turned them to just love Bender for walking a chain and not knowing why he's wearing that chain, how special it was to win that chain. There's a lot of people out there, you know what I mean, that just abused his kindness. So at the end of the day, I was super happy for him to win that title. It was very easy for me. I even think he won the next battle where he lost against Sketch. I still think he beat
2-1,
Sketch.
right? 2-1.
Fuck, but I'm sorry, man. I don't care who's judging that shit. Still bugs me to this day. That's probably the biggest robbery. I mean, that's the biggest robbery, all right? That's my biggest robbery. The Sketch beating Ben.
I'll agree, but I'll say this to play devil's advocate. He lost that battle and ended up battling Immaculate right after that.
Yeah, and look what happened to Ilmac. What did Ilmac do to him? Ilmac sunned Bender. He sunned him. He 3-0'd him.
But that battle,
I was at that battle.
But the battle still.
No matter what Bender threw at him, Ilmac was just.
Well, Ilmac was on point, but that still gave Bender more eyes on him. More people were like,
buddy, they were already watching him for years, man. All right. The word in the States was at the beginning, Bender and Lowe's were like the ultimate team. You know what I mean? They were the King of the Dot guys to begin with, man. Like even here, Cab Callis saying Lil Pesci was the best Canadian rapper. And then you get other guys talking about how Bender's on another level,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, man.
On the writing level, he was on another level. And I think Escrow would have fit in real nicely with them all. And I think he would have been on another level too, writing-wise, because that's the way he writes too. So,
yeah, I agree. So. What this is the last question before we get to the rapid fire. What is your favorite Bender battle of all time?
My favorite Bender battle of all time is Sid Vicious. When he went
That's the
down,
craziest multi-scheme.
I will tell you something funny about that battle, because the day before that battle happened, Bender was walking on not even walking my street. He just got on a kid's bike. He's got bruised ribs, and he's pedaling with his feet, just pushing his feet to the apple tree around my house to get a prescription for his broken ribs.
Are you serious? Jesus Christ.
Okay. He went to LA on a flight with broken ribs, got in that battle, and like, can you imagine how the fuck you battle on broken ribs? You know, every time you breathe, like it hurts.
Well, especially his style, like that.
So
that battle
when you watch him battle against him, like he's fucking like holding it all in because he's in pain. These broken ribs are in pain. So
pain
like,
in his voice.
And it was, to me, I knew what was going on that whole time he battled, because I was like, Jesus. And then he had some bars in that one, man. His multisyllabics that day were ridiculous.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm dead serious. I'm literally gonna watch that battle when we go off the air tonight.
Please do. Watch the crowd's face.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it 1,000 times. We're going again, man.
My man Lush One's having a he's going crazy. He's almost having a seizure in the front row, man.
Yeah.
It's dirty. It's dirty.
Yeah, when he mentions the grind time shirt or something, and like you should see Lush's face. I remember, bro. D-Bar, this is great, man. I mean, we could fucking chop it up all night. Shout out to Kevy, by the way, who's in the comments. I know you and him.
Kevy Love's my dude, man.
Absolutely work together on all kinds of stuff. And shout out to him for supporting. And I actually agree. He just posted Benderverse 24/7, and that's my favorite.
That was dirty. Don't get me wrong. The glass. Oh yeah. We can go all day about that shit.
So I don't know. Yeah. Rest in peace to Bender, and let's tell more stories about him the next time we have you on the show, because we're definitely going to do that again. We do this segment called Rapid Fire. Basically, what it is I'm going to just fire off some names to you, and I want you to say the first word or sentence that comes to mind, and then I'm going to ask you just some like quick questions, and you just rapid fire answer.
Sounds good.
You would. All right. Word that comes to mind: organic.
Genius.
Aspire.
Freestyle.
I know it's called rapid fire, but I pause on this. Aspire was the first person to ever body me in a freestyle battle. He can freestyle his ass off, that kid. Yeah, I was 15. Anyway, it was the finals of a tournament, and I got smoked. I think I called him a fucking duck in it or something. I learned a lot from that battle. So shout out to Aspire. Anyway, back to rapid fire. Low Pesci.
Best Canadian battle rapper.
Yeah, I think he was. And if at his full potential, I think he might be.
Oh yeah, he just didn't feel like it. There was not enough. He's a competition junkie, and the battles that were thrown at him, he was just like, "Fuck, why am I doing it?" You know?
Yeah. Arcane.
2-time everything. It's 2-time. Kruger?
Yeah.
Babyface assassin.
First guy I've seen really beat Sharon.
Oh, he marked them. I'm sorry, I was there for that.
Yeah. Go check out Kruger versus Sharon. That was crazy. Yeah.
Sharon wrote, but Kruger wrote more.
Yeah. That was a dope one. Okay. Poe Rich.
Dig deep in your bitch.
All right. I'll accept it. Chrome.
Talented.
Okay. And then this is why I got annoyed earlier. Flip Kuma.
Super talented.
Agreed. And shout out to Flip Kuma. He was actually the first person to put me on stage. I was his backup. I was his hype man back when I was 16, 17, rock shows with him for the first time. He introduced me to tons of people. Great guy.
You're super talented, that kid, man.
Yeah, we went to Detroit and did shows. That was a good era, man.
I'm not gonna lie, he's talented as fuck.
Totally. Great chef too. Who wins one-on-one in basketball, you or Jugga?
I killed Jugga.
Jugga, is that true?
Oh yeah. I didn't
Right.
I didn't play pro for nothing, bro.
Favorite rap album of all time?
Into the Woo, 36 Chambers of Death.
Yes.
Favorite battle of all time?
Disaster vs. DNA.
Mm.
The first one, hosted by Drake.
Yeah. Why do people hate Eminem so much now?
Because he's old.
Oh. All right. All right. Fair enough. Who do you think is the next #1 contender in CRB for Raiden Black's title?
If you're keeping it in Ottawa,
yes,
or it's going to be Johnny Man.
Johnny Man. All right.
I think
Johnny,
if you're keeping it,
right
if you're keeping it in Ottawa, if you're moving it out of Ottawa, there's no harm and shame in giving that kid KP his dues, man. That dude's fire.
KP is extremely fire, and he's got dope music that just came out. Check that out too. Shout out to Stitch. Shout out to Lunchroom Poets. Yeah. Next question is: who is the next #1 contender in King of the Dot, not including Saint? After that,
I don't know, man. I think that they need to give that a chill for a little bit, man. I think after the Saint gets a join at it, they're gonna have to give it a little bit of a chill for a bit, because you can't really have anybody else. After the Chilla 3, then you had Sharon, and you had fucking, you know what I mean? Like, you just.
What about A-Ward?
A-Ward's up there, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's had enough consistent battles where he's just chopped people up and beat them.
He's had tough battles. He
battles everybody who's tough, which is I give him props for, but I don't think just because you battle tough guys, you deserve a title shot. I think if you deserve a title shot because you beat tough guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I do.
So I do. You know, I don't think he's beaten a bunch of tough guys.
Fair enough. Gretzky or Lemieux?
Oh, Gretzky all day.
Fucking right. Frenchie, don't say anything.
Fuck that. Gretzky's a fucking wuss.
He just is a fucking better player. I'm sorry.
John, can you just take Frenchie off the air for a minute? No, I'm fucking with you. Okay, Jordan or LeBron?
Oh, Jordan all day.
Should Pete Rose be in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Last question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how crushed were you when the Yankees blew that 3-0 lead to the Red Sox in 2004? Or whatever year it was.
We shouldn't talk about that, man. I was hurt, man. Hurt bad, man. I didn't put away my jerseys. I didn't talk to anybody on the phone. I didn't go to no bars. I didn't go to no clubs. I didn't want to hear nothing from anybody. So you want to know how crushed I was? It was a fucking long summer.
My goal was to make you cry. I think that's as close as we'll get to it.
I'll get you. I'll see you when I see you, Dougie.
Please don't headbutt me. Yo, D-Bar, man, that was fucking great, man. So good to chop it up with you and just get your insight. And I think like we got plenty more we can talk about on upcoming episodes for the years to come, man. So
I'm not mad at that, man. Definitely, and hopefully this Covina shit will stop, and then we can actually see everybody and do it properly. You know what I mean?
100%, man.
I miss all you guys, and all the respect, man. You guys are doing things and keeping it alive. I'm proud, man. So
appreciate that a lot, man.
Keep it up, boys, man.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, D-Bar, for joining us. We will definitely talk to you soon, brother.
Now that he's gone, I can talk shit to him. The reason Lemieux is fucking better is because Gretzky was handed a team while Lemieux built.
No, that's stupid.
From within.
That's stupid. I'll tell you why Gretzky's better, but off the air, because these people don't want to hear us debate. They want to hear about No Love 3. And No Love 3, Frenchie, we've got our first ever father versus son battle going down March 13th. Now, NBS is going to be the first ever 2-time guest on CRB Live, so shout out to the kid.
The only time he tunes in, actually.
He is very self-absorbed.
Yeah.
But most battle rappers are, so we won't hold it against him. Yeah, man. Originally, NBS, of course, was scheduled to battle the person who we do not name, and that battle was canceled. And now we've got father versus son. We've got the old generation versus the new. We've got, I don't know, I can't think of another cool thing to say, but it's going to be a really good battle, and that's what matters. And we're going to bring them on, and we're going to talk about this battle before we wrap up. So Without further ado, I'm going to go one at a time. I want to bring out What's up, NBS? How you doing, brother?
I'm all right. Just out here in Orleans, just drinking energy beverage and, writing mediocre battle raps.
Okay, shout out to you, man. Thanks for coming on. I know you've had a busy schedule.
AKA Gravity's son.
I want to bring out your opponent right now. I want to bring out the one and only Gravity. Come on down.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, Grav?
So
How you
you
doing,
caught me
brother?
at a bad time. I was just writing letters to Bernie Sanders and praying at my Bernie Sanders shrine.
Oh, well, thank you for taking the time to join us on CRB Live. You guys, my God, I can't tell who the fuck is who. What is going on here? Jesus Christ. Father versus son. We weren't even joking. March 13th, we got a battle going down. Wait a minute. I see what's going on here. Your Gravity, your NBS. Let's cut serious talk. Gravity, you're the vet. I want to ask you first. Take this battle with NBS.
Just to reject him.
Reject him.
Yeah, like obviously I didn't raise him as my own, but here he is in my world nonetheless. And I feel that I need to make it clear I just left for a pack of smokes kind of situation. And I just wanted to make it more of a I don't legitimize you, I don't love you. Like I just wanted to really wanted it to be abundantly clear that I'm just a sperm donor.
Well, that leads me to my next question. Next question, Grav.
All that shit.
The next question for Gravity, and then I'll get to MBS. Gravity, does your wife know that you have a son from a previous relationship? Or is this the Maury Povich moment and she's finding out watching live?
Yeah, like my new family all on the level.
Right.
They're in on it. They're they got my wife wants to kill the bastard, like in Game of Thrones shit.
Spoiler alert.
Kill the illegitimate son. He's a threat to the others. So that's what this is about.
Now, speaking of threats, NBS. This is probably all jokes aside. I know we're having some fun here, but you guys are going to throw down in a few weeks. And I have to be honest, this is definitely a prepared Gravity is by far the biggest threat you face. Would you agree with that, or how do you feel about Grav as an opponent? Are you ready?
Well, I think that's saying a lot considering 2 battles ago I battled your champion. So.
Wow. Good one, Chris.
I didn't think you would want to talk about that one.
No, Gravity's good, man. I like Gravity.
You like Gravity, eh?
But I'm coming for that 18 years of child support, motherfucker.
Wow.
Ooh, listen, my mom had it rough, okay? I'm taking what I deserve.
Okay. Fair enough. What do you think Gravity does well in the ring, not just in life?
Well, I'd have to watch a few of his battles first. I'm gonna do that this week.
Wow.
Brush up.
You're gonna let him talk? You're gonna let your son talk about you like that?
No, he's got good multis, which is my generation of battle rappers kind of slacks on that, but I don't. But a lot of them do.
Okay, and what does he do
good
poorly?
multis. I'd say that's probably his best. What's that?
Multis are his strength. As a weakness, what would you say is his weakness? What are you going to exploit?
He doesn't remember his bars most of the time. It's probably his weakness.
Damn. All right, same question to you, Gravity. What does NBS do well first, if anything, in your opinion?
If anything.
He has work ethic. But he's creative, competent. He's got everything. But because every time he writes a bar, he has like a little support group, like a focus group Zoom meeting with all the rappers that he knows to be like, yo, guys, I wrote a bar, check it out. But like then he does a bunch of them.
That's facts.
Like he has an excellent work ethic. Because I've like seen him complete some of his battles, and then I see his battles, I'm like, oh, pretty good battle, you know? And he's like, you know, he's banging these things out, and he executes. Like I have to be honest. I don't know that I've watched him in Raiden yet.
You don't want it. It's
but
not a great one.
But like, yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
you know, his other ones, his work ethic was impressive. I was like, wow. He was like done really. He's like doing a textbook approach most of the time.
So we got Maltese as gravity strength. We got work ethic as NBS strength. Last question on this topic. Gravity, what does NBS do terribly, in your opinion?
Look like me, obviously.
Well, I mean, that's kind of your fault.
Jeez, man. This better not turn into a compliment battle, I'll tell you that much. I don't think it will, though. We got Gravity versus NBS on a stack card March 13th. No Love 3 going down at a secret location, live streamed on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. Parting words for your opponent. A few weeks out, NBS, do you have anything to say to this so-called father figure?
Let's make it a good one, man. You know?
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it.
So I want to know, Grab, are you going to punish him when he talks back to you, to your face?
I want to know if you guys had a meeting before this, and did you decide to make this the most boring interview ever? Did you, or is this like are you fucking joking on me here?
No, actually, what happened was like our auntie called us up and was like, hey, you guys pick out matching outfits? I picked them out.
we don't need to talk about that.
No, you want me taking them behind the veil.
Talk to him.
Like,
Talk to him, Charles.
Yeah, demystifying.
All right. Well, no, in all seriousness, I couldn't be more happy with this battle. I think it's going to be fire. Gravity is definitely take the head off of NBS and vice versa. Look forward to seeing you guys in a few weeks. We'll see you guys soon. Thanks for coming by, and be sure to check them out on their social medias that they didn't mention, but you can find them.
I actually
probably not.
You can't find me, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Gravity is not fine. He has left the gravity of this earth.
Yeah, my dad's a weirdo, bro.
And on that note, there were two. Well, that was pretty good, man. That was pretty good. That was a good show. We had a good serious chat with D-Bar about all kinds of topics, and then some nice light stuff with NBS and Gravity. I don't know which one was which, but it's always nice to see the lads and to hopefully entertain you people out there listening. Frenchie, what battle should these people check out this week? I'm putting you on the spot. What's your battle of the week, buddy? It could be an old battle too. It doesn't.
Yeah, because since D-Bar mentioned it, we're gonna do Bender versus Sid Vicious, man.
Mm-hmm. Everyone, go watch Bender versus Sid Vicious right now and post what you think about it in the CRB group. As you can see on the screen, capitalrapbattles.ca. I just dropped the pen. Capitalrapbattles.ca. Cop some merch, support the cause. We'll be back next week and every single Monday night, 9 p.m. on all these social media platforms. Frenchie, man, thank you so much for joining as usual. Jugger, what'd you think of tonight's episode, bro?
I loved it, man. Tonight's episode was amazing. D-Bar is like the homie, like, the foundation of so much of what we do here. So having him on just felt like, now CRB Live is more official now too. You know what I mean? So having the GOAT on always puts us our roots deeper into the ground. That was hype. And these two jokers, man, NBS and Gravity, that was awesome, man. Out of one moment, I had trouble telling who was who, to be honest. So
very, very, very difficult. I can't believe they coincidentally were wearing the same type of clothing. I don't know how that could have happened. Yeah, man, that was a great show. Thank you, Jugga, for all you do, man. And we will see everybody next Monday night, same time, same place.
Oh, and
same
I'll
channel.
tell you people that were talking shit to me in the chat, don't worry. I got this shit this week. I'm talking shit back this week. I got
Frenchie,
you.
that's right. Stand up for yourself. We'll see you guys next week. Shout out
See y'all
Jimmy
next
Stacy.
week.
See you in a few weeks.
In the chat.
Shout out Kevy. Shout out Duff. Shout out everybody supporting. And
Shout out Jimmy Stacy.
Shout
out friggin' all the battlers that tune in every week. Shout out Mel. I always see her in the chat too. So yeah.
Yep, that's
you
what
know, all
that's
the
what's
day
up.
ones, you know.
And it's time to go watch Bender vs. Sid Vicious. We'll see you guys later. Have a great week, guys. Peace.
Everybody.
Later.
Be well.